ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will be visiting several voting stations in Soweto as part of his party's voter mobilization on the final weekend of the IEC's voter registration. Let's cross now to Soweto, where our reporter Ntebo Mokobo is based. Ntebo Mokobo, a very good morning to you.
Well, good morning and good morning to the viewers at home. You will recall that today is the final weekend of the voter registration. And of course, the ANC is not leaving anything to chance. The president of the ANC, the deputy president of the ANC, the secretary general of the ANC, as well as the first deputy secretary general are in Gauteng to make sure that they deliver this province to the ANC come 2024 elections. Without any waste of time, I'm going to engage the regional chairperson of the ANC here in Gauteng, Mr. Dada Morero, who's likely going to tell us in terms of what is that the ANC hopes to achieve out of this mobilization this weekend. Ntate Morero, the president is here. He's going to be here in the next few minutes or so, and we know that he's going to be going house to house to mobilize people for these upcoming elections. As the ANC and as the regional chairperson, we know that the ANC in this province is not really in a good shape. In 2014, you had around 53.5%. In 2019, you've got 50.9%. You hit the province with a brush. Just tell us, are you ready? Are you prepared to deliver the Gauteng?
Thanks, and good morning to you and your viewers. Perhaps let's say our program today or this weekend is really to encourage people to go and register. Of course, with understanding that citizens have to cast their votes. So it is important for them to therefore go and register. Two, the ANC, it is confident post our Mbombela NEC that in fact the ANC will perform much better in Gauteng. The programs that our Provincial Executive Committee has implemented through our Premier have to a large extent given the ANC an advantage towards this election. So we are confident that in fact, contrary to what other people think, the ANC in Gauteng will perform much, much better. The programs that the Premier has been doing, whether on electricity, dealing with load shedding, whether programs around Nasispani, and general programs that the Provincial Executive Committee has been pushing, we think will put us in a better place come the elections, whether in May or any other date that will be announced.
Well, it's something else when it comes to the services that you provide to ordinary South Africans. But as the ANC, are you going into these elections, especially in the region and in Gauteng, united?
Well, that's an important aspect. I think our PEC in November, which had we had a 2 days PEC where we a political PEC, and we dealt with those issues of uniting all our structures. And you would have seen that in Johannesburg, especially last week, we had our volunteers assembly, and the message was about uniting all our structures. And we are confident, in fact, that our structures are quite united. Our election machinery is strong, it's visible, and we think we are on the right path towards winning this election.
I know I will traverse that question with the president and the chairperson of the ANC in the province, Mr. Panyazali Sufi, but it would be remiss of me not to ask you, why a choice of Gauteng? Why do you have the 4 top brass of the ANC here in the province?
No, you'd know that the 2 provinces that have the highest population is Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. So any election strategy that does not focus on Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, it's a doomed strategy. So we are clear that Gauteng contributed in the last elections about 6 million voters, of course with probably around 4 million Gauteng and another 4 million in KZN. So it is important to focus on these 2 provinces to ensure that the ANC wins these elections. And remember, with a very high election turnover, the ANC does well. So that is why we are pushing our people to register, to ensure that during the election we don't have issues in terms of a turnover, and we want to push the turnover of those that go to vote to be very high to ensure that the ANC will have a comfortable victory.
Your interaction with communities doesn't start today, but I mean throughout your interaction over the past few months or so, do you think the ANC has managed to gain resonance?
The confidence the ANC has gained a lot of confidence. We have been doing the work every day almost in all our VDs, and we get a good feedback from all the voters. Others are excited. One, we are resolving the load shedding issues in their areas. Others have not had electricity for the longest of times. We have brought in transformers, resolving the electricity issues. So there's generally some level of happiness and people beginning to appreciate the work that the ANC has been doing. But remember that our people are also appreciating the fact that there's a lot that over the years the ANC has done, and they are not ready to even dump the ANC for the challenges that are there. Communities and our people do understand that there's no society that will not have challenges. Our biggest problem, of course, remains job creation and employment, and that's what we need to focus. Would also require the private sector to come on board to assist us to unlock the issue of unemployment.
Dr. Morero, much appreciated. That was the regional chairperson of the ANC here in Johannesburg, Dada Morero. You recall that the president will be here in the next few minutes or so. In fact, it's a deliberate choice by the ANC to come here in Gauteng. This is the province where the ANC performed dismally in the last elections in 2019. It got around 50.9%, and that on its own gave it around 37 seats in the provincial legislature, as opposed to 40 seats in the 2014 elections. And the ANC is not leaving anything to change. It wants to make sure that the ANC is restored to its former glory here in the province. The president will be here in Soweto, and of course the deputy president will be in Ekurhuleni, in Tembisa to be precise. The secretary general will be in the Vaal in Vanderbijl Park, and of course the first deputy secretary general will be in the Western in Motlhakeng, again to go to house to house, door to door, campaigning and mobilizing people to vote, to register and get ready to vote when the election day has been announced by the president sometime in the foreseeable future. With that, it's back to studio.